Cernovich.com, trying to get the camera set up. Let me know. Mic check, camera check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh shit, I'm covering up the webcam. So there we go. So this is my Facebook Live, my desktop is my YouTube, and my trusty iPhone is my Periscope. So we got to get a full-on studio. I know, I've been saying that for months, but it should cost a lot of money, guys. We got to get a full-on studio. I know it. I've been talking about it. Just do it, Cernovich. Just do it, man. Just take action. Do you know how busy I am? I don't think you guys have any idea how crazy. All right. We had a busy day today. A lot of things going on. In fact, the day was so busy that what would ordinarily be the top story is not the top story. What would ordinarily be the top story would be Trump, the monument comments. That would dominate the news cycle on any other day. That isn't even a big story now. Trump saying, talking about the heritage and the news sound, or the isn't even a news story. Man. And then we had Rebel Media. A lot of drama with Rebel Media. A lot of drama there. I'm going to go and talk to you a little bit about the Rebel Media drama. So Rebel Media is run by Ezra Levant. Ezra Levant he actually pitched me on Rebel Media. And, hold on, we're frozen again on YouTube. YouTube really messes with me hardcore. I don't know why they do that to me. But yeah, YouTube is always messing with me. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button for sure. Let me know. Hit the YouTube like button. So Rebel Media, they made me a pitch, and it was kind of one of those pitches. It's not a pitch where it goes, oh hey Cernovich, I like what you're doing. Let me tell you what I'm doing, and we'll look for an overlap. So I wanted full disclosure. So I know how much money Rebel Media makes. I know the source of their money. I know where the crowdsource money came in. So I always knew that he was going to get jammed up, not because he was doing anything unethical. So let me tell you what they do at Rebel Media. I'm not going to tell you how much they make, but I've seen their books. He showed me the whole thing right on his computer. He opened his computer. He showed me his nation builder. There's nothing unethical or illegal going on, but let me tell you how they make their money. 3 tiers. YouTube advertising, subscriptions, and crowdfunding. Well, as you know, YouTube revenue tanked for everybody. PewDiePie, DeFranco, they all lost a bunch of money, right? So they had to rely more and more on crowdfunding. Rebel, what he would tell his people to do, and I don't have a problem with this, but it should have been more clear. So here was the Rebel Media model. The Rebel Media model would be, hey, firemcmaster.com. That would be a great example. So lately I've been doing a campaign against H.R. McMaster. And if I worked for Rebel Media, I would do a video about McMaster and cover the news about McMaster. And then I would send you to a website called firemcmaster.com. And then you would go to that website and sign the petition, and then you would be added to a database called Nation Builder. And Nation Builder is it's just a database software. There's nothing weird about it. Everybody does it, and everybody kind of uses it. And you're added to a Nation Builder, and the Nation Builder would list you as a tribe. Here's how Nation Builder works. Tribe. So your tribe would be anti-McMaster, pro-Bannon. And then the database would collect all that information, and then what would happen is if we had anything about Bannon going on, or maybe I would say, we need a trip for me to go talk about why McMaster's a bad guy, fund my trip to D.C. That's all it was. Crowdfunded. Now the issue is that he didn't tell people where the money's going. He would do these fundraisers, and he wouldn't be more open about that, not because he had anything to hide, but because he didn't think to do it. So that was his mistake. It's just you have to be more open with people. If you're doing crowdsourcing, you just have to say, hey, just so you know, here's what our crowdsourcing comes from. What Ezra should do right now is behind the scenes of Rebel Media. So what I would do if I were Ezra is I would take you to a studio, and I would say, thank you for your crowdfunding and everything. And then what I would do is say, this is where your money goes. You have to be more open and more transparent this time of year to be clear, to let people know what they do. Now, what does Rebel Media do? I mean, they've done some great journalism. They've definitely done some great journalism. But they did go from doing a lot of journalism to a little bit more activism and fundraising. So rather than send people and do a lot of journalism, they would come up with these activist campaigns like Keep Bannon, Fire McMaster, Save the Christians, or whatever. And everything, again, became about too much focus on fundraising and not enough on the really hardcore, on-the-ground sort of journalism. So that's all it was. Totally not unethical. He showed me everything. But you got to be more open and transparent with people, especially in this day and age. What else is going on? The alt-left, they are really, really upset. The people on the left all day are saying, quit saying alt-left. The alt-left doesn't exist. Alt-left that tells you right now that the alt-left is a highly effective rhetorical device. Otherwise, people wouldn't be telling you not to use it. It reminds me of when the cuck thing came out. People are like, don't say that. Quit calling people that. Well, that's how you tell people that it bothers you. Otherwise, why would you care? So we tried a bunch of different things. Hannity came up with the alt-left. Me personally, I didn't like it. But Trump used it, so now it exists. So Trump used it, now it existed. And the reason it works so much is because it ties the left now with the alt-right neo-Nazis. Highly effective. The proof, again, is in the reaction. People would not be upset if it didn't work. It's like fundamental, right? If people are telling you, quit calling us that, we're not the alt-left, that's how you know. You got something good. Time for a commercial break. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook, hit the like button on Facebook. So if you're watching on Facebook, hit the like button. Be sure to share this with all your friends. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. And if you're on Periscope, tap the screen a few times. For whatever reason, I can't see your comments on YouTube. Let me see why that is. Oh, there they go. Now I can see, hey, Noosh. Keep up the good work, guys. Okay, thank you. Okay, there's a free speech rally in Boston. I think that's a bad idea. I would not be going to that if I were anybody. So even though it is a free speech rally and they're trying to say it's different from the alt-right rally, popular perception is such that it's going to be viewed as an alt-right neo-Nazi rally. So I'm not going to be going to the Boston Free Speech Rally. The optics, am I the only person who really understands optics? It's getting a little bit tiresome. I'm getting tired of being argued by people who are just wrong all the time and I'm consistently right. Optics are about what people think is true. It doesn't matter what's objectively true. It matters what people believe is true. People believe the free speech rally in Boston is a Nazi march. Doesn't matter that it's not. So people believe. And you're not going to overcome that belief by having the march so soon. What you got to do is you got to wait and you got to chill. So what is going to happen in Boston? Well, you're going to have the alt-left is going to be there. The alt-right is going to be there. The legitimate neo-Nazis are going to be there. And the people who just want trouble are going to be there. That's what I think people are understanding. If you watch those Charlottesville rallies, a lot of the people who showed up there weren't protesters. They were just straight up thugs. Did you see the picture of that guy carrying two baseball bats? So apparently one of the guys who did a GoFundMe and claimed that he was sucker punched. So apparently one of the guys who claimed that he'd been sucker punched, well, a picture surfaced today of him carrying a billy club, wearing a mask. So the guy who was like, oh, I got attacked from out of nowhere, I can't believe it, I'm a victim, it's bad. He was out running around with a billy club and a mask. He was just going there so you're going to have that in Boston. In Boston, you're going to have straight thugs. people are going to show up just looking to have a fight, and then you're going to get caught in the middle again. So I completely disavow anybody going to that. I think if you're going to that, you're making a very big mistake. I don't know why. But people are going to, it's just the same thing. I have friends who still say, well, the alt-right is not about the Nazis. We're going to keep calling ourselves alt-right. Oh, you're out of your minds. And these are otherwise intelligent people. They're saying the alt-right was never about the neo-Nazi. It was always about an alternative to the right. We're going to keep calling ourselves the alt-right. Okay, call yourself what you want to call yourselves, man. I don't know why. I don't. To me, it's kind of like arguing the difference between pedophilia and ebophilia. So technically, if you're attracted to girls or boys age 13 to 17, or age 13 to whatever, it's called like ebophilia, right? That's like the clinical is ebophilia or whatever. But if a guy's caught with a 13-year-old girl, you call the guy a pedophile. You don't say, well, I mean, technically, pedophilia, if you look at the official classifications of sexual attraction, pedophilia is under 11, and ebophilia, or whatever the hell it is from between. No, you don't die on that hill. You don't go into weeds about something like that. You don't say, well, technically, the alt-right is not about the neo-Nazis. It is now. They own it. The Nazis own the alt-right. That's the end of it. The Nazis, the alt-right. LA Child says, I like chat on Periscope better. We'll go on Periscope. So we have right now 600 watching on Facebook and 700 on Periscope and 200 or 300 on YouTube. So that's good. Couple foul. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Likewise, if you're watching on Facebook, hit the like button. Oh, Barcelona. Well, Barcelona, I am going to now start calling terrorism. I'm going to start calling terrorism alt-left terrorism. Because the alt-left, as identified by Rich Higgins, is the intersection of radical leftists and Islamists. So I consider the Barcelona terrorist attack an alt-left terrorist attack, and that is how I'm going to start calling it. I'm going to now start calling these big major Islamic terrorist attacks, I'm going to start calling them alt-left, because the alt-left is united with jihad and with radical Islamic terrorism. So it is definitely time for the alt-left to own all of these terrorist attacks. So that is, from now on, that is what I'm going to refer to these Islamic terrorist attacks as, is they're going to be called alt-left. So what happened in Barcelona today was an alt-left terrorist attack. It's ALT. ALT means alt-left terrorism. The acronym ALT is left-wing terrorism, because the left won't call out radical Islam. The left won't call out the terrorism, so therefore they must endorse it, because those are the rules that they've made for us. So ALT means alt-left terrorism. That's what it means from now on in. And unless, if the liberals do not disavow the terrorist attacks, then that would mean that they probably support them. Just like Trump had to disavow the terrorist attack in Charlottesville, the left-wing Democrats have to disavow the alt-left terrorist attacks, which include the Scalise shooting and everything like that. So maybe I'm going to do a... So Antifa is more or less dead as a brand. Just so you know, just so I can tell you guys where I'm going. I'm no longer referring to Antifa as Antifa. Antifa has now been rebranded alt-left. And ALT is short for alt-left terrorism. So we definitely, when we refer to Antifa now, Antifa is just a broader part of the alt-left. And the alt-left includes all of the left-wing domestic terrorists like the Weather Underground, like William Ayers, who Barack Obama launched his party, the Black Panthers, the alt-left, and that's how we're going to refer to every one of these attacks from now on. And that is fair because CNN still calls me alt-right. So if CNN can call me alt-right, then I can call CNN alt-left. I think that's fair, right? Isn't it fair to say if you call a guy who said for over a year, like, look, I'm not alt-right, I've said I'm not alt-right. Well, if you can call me alt-right, then I can call CNN alt-left, and I can call Democrats alt-left, and I can call Bernie and Hillary alt-left, because it's only fair. It's only fair because that's what they call me, and we should be playing by the same rules. The CNN should not expect me to play by one set of rules while they play by another set. So we will now call all Islamic terrorism will be this alt-left terrorism, and there is no difference between ISIS and Antifa. They're all alt-left. See, people are already alt-left is an urban legend. They're really triggered. My notifications today have been blowing up by people who are furious at the alt-left label and keep telling me, quit saying alt-left. There is no alt-left. That tells you you're on target. Otherwise, they wouldn't care. They wouldn't care if it didn't work. They wouldn't care. So yeah, Barcelona was a result of alt-left terrorism. It was about the connection between radical cultural Marxists, radical leftists, and jihadis on the right. So anyway, we had a big day, everybody. Thank you. I had a really busy day today. I did some filming for my film that I crowdfunded. Very, very busy. So everybody, thank you for the support. If you're watching on Facebook, I'm taking off right now. So Facebook, we're out. YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button. That way you get the notifications when I go live again. So thank you, YouTube. I'll talk to you soon. And if you're watching on Periscope, thanks for watching. Can you still contribute to hoax? Maybe later, not right this minute, because I don't have it organized yet right this minute, but you'll be able to soon enough. Definitely you'll be able to soon enough. All right, so if you're watching on Periscope, thank you for tuning in. I've had a very busy day, so I'm going to call it a night. Find me on Twitter. Thanks for tuning in. Mike Cernovich. Oh, go to cernovich.com. New website. It is looking great. People go, you admitted to being alt-right. Yeah, back before the alt-right became about neo-Nazism over a year and a half ago. Good job. Good job. You found old tweets of mine. You are so clever. You found old tweets. Even though for over a year I've said I'm not alt-right. So congratulations. You caught me, even though I've talked about this. I have a whole Periscope on this. I have a whole video on it. So all these people are like, yeah, we got you. You think you can say you're not alt-right, but we're going to call it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Hate all you want, guys. Mike Cernovich. Cernovich.com.